Oh, hey guys, didn't see you there. Welcome back to Trips Tips. Today we're continuing the superhero workout series that I did for the show Strike on Storyfire.
It's my show.
Back with Josh.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing leg day today. The funnest of all the days. So,
yeah, I'm still sore from the chest and tri workout. That was like 4 days ago at this point. But yeah.
It's fun.
I ate before coming to this time. I ate eggs, not a Pop-Tart. So
listen to the Trips Tips. They work. We'll see after the workout if they actually work. But alright, welcome back. Leg day. Leg day has been a tough one for me. I neglected it for a couple years because I didn't think legs were all that important. But I've really been trying to get into it, get my weight up here. Get some nice quads. Calves are obviously genetic, so if you have small calves, don't sweat it. It's all good. So this was actually my second warm-up set. We didn't record the first one. I'm going up pretty high because we're doing 4x4s, which is 4 sets of 4 reps. So you're going to go pretty heavy. You're going to get about a 3-minute rest in between each set. But because I'm going up in weight, I really want to get my body adjusted to it. So you can see me when I get down to the bottom of the rep. I really try to sit there and pulse a little bit, open up the hip flexors. Hip and ankle mobility is really crucial for squats. You want to be on the back of your foot, not the front. When you start out squatting, you're really going to want to put your weight on the front of your foot, and that's no good. That could injure your knee. So there's Josh. Pretty easy weight for him. Here I go with 225, still warming up. And you'll see me just kind of stop at the bottom, open up the hip flexors. That's what you're supposed to do. Warm up is key on leg day. You don't really want to shock your body, put too much weight on. You can see I'm wearing Vans with a flat bottom, and that's because you don't want the arch in your shoe to mess up any of your form, and it could lead to injuries, so I would recommend getting a flat bottom shoe. Before I had Vans, I would just go barefoot. Like, I'd go to the gym in tennis shoes obviously, but I'd take off my shoes to squat. Here's Josh. Josh got really good depth. It was impressive for one of his first times doing legs. It's all good. When I first started out, I was getting horrible depth. I was not going near to parallel, but I tried to fix that, get better. This past year, I've been doing a lot of squats. If you follow TripFit on Instagram, you'll be able to see that. There we go, putting on the belt for some back support. Some people have really strong backs and don't use belts. I have a friend who does not use a belt a lot, and he just destroys the weight. It's incredibly impressive. But I do use a belt because I hurt my back one time deadlifting. It wasn't even a lot of weight deadlifting. It was just too much for my back. I had bad form. It's okay. You can see I have a pretty wide stance. My feet are a little bit angled outwards. That's okay. It's just to each their own. The key is just getting depth and stretching out your quad and pushing up the weight, making it easy. I'm not doing a ton of reps on these warm-up sets, just like 4 or 5, because I don't want to tire my body out for the working sets, which is pretty common. You shouldn't want to tire yourself out as the warm-up. There's no winners in the warm-up. So here I go. This is 285 pounds, and it's my last warm-up set. It felt kind of heavy, so I kind of counted it as one of my sets. So yeah, this is the weight I do when I do 5x5s. Again, like with the chest video, varieties to spice of life, you gotta spice it up. You can do sets of 8, sets of 10, you can do pyramids like we did with the bench. But today we're doing 4x4s. Here goes Josh's first working set. Remarkably good form, other than the shoes. Probably should have told him to take them off, no worries. Life goes on. Good form, good depth. Not really much else to say. Very impressive. Hydrate or dihydrate, that's a huge tip right there. Make sure you drink a lot of water, especially on leg day. Leg day I try really hard to go all out, so I have a meal before. 205 pounds for 4. We're going to do that 4 times with about 3.5 minutes rest, or 3 minutes rest. Keep a stopwatch on your phone going so you know how much time you're taking to rest. Trips Tips.
Alright, let's see it.
So here we go, I'm gonna try to get 4. So there's 1. I didn't really stop at the top during the first 2. Third one's a little hard, a little shaky. And the 4th one, this is the first set. I actually had a little bit of trouble on these, but you know, we're able to knock out 4 sets of them. Good stretch on the quads. Squats are a must for building legs. This is Josh's last set. He threw on a 5 to the 45. Light work, not even hard, no sweat. It's gonna go up by like 100 pounds in the next month. That's really good. In these videos I don't really talk a lot about nutrition or recovery, but those are really big parts of gaining muscle and building muscle. You want to make sure you sleep a lot. Get 8 hours of sleep every night. That's a huge part. So here we're doing Bulgarian split squats. These are really hard and they hurt, but that's how you build muscle. You break down the muscle and then you rebuild it with protein. So you want to keep your knee straight with your shin. You don't want it to go over your foot. Mine's a little angled, but you know, whatever. You do what you gotta do. If it's hard to balance, I like to focus on one spot on the floor and that helps me balance. Here's Josh. The split squats were a little bit advanced, so he's doing some goblet squats, another killer exercise for the quads, and he did a lot of them. So we're focusing on volume now because we were only doing 4 reps. You want to just tear up your quads. And that's what we did. Yeah, so back to the sleep thing. You want to make sure you're getting a lot of sleep. That's when a lot of the recovery happens and your body releases hormones that helps your muscle grow, helps with muscle growth. And you also want to make sure you're eating a lot because that's how you fuel the muscle. That's how you're going to get bigger. If you don't want to get bigger, you want to eat less. So make sure you count your calories, know what your maintenance is, and then just go below your maintenance. So here I am doing variation of a hack squat. I don't really know what this machine is called, but I like it. You go down, my legs are a little bit narrower than they were when I was squatting. Hit a different part of the quad. Yeah, we're still focusing on doing more reps, focusing on volume here. We got our heavy stuff out of the way. So it's kind of hard taking a break at the top. No worries. You got to. Also, you're going to want to cut your rest time down after you do the heavy compound lifts. Yeah, so here I was not re-racking it properly. I was done. I get 1 last rep in, squeeze it out. Oh yeah, Ferda, easy money. Still having trouble. Call Josh over to help me out. Trips tips, know how to use machines. It's a big tip. Here's Josh. Easy weight. It's not really about the weight on these machines. You really just want to do as many as you can, go till failure. Well, not exactly till failure, because then you'll just be tired for the whole workout. But you really want to destroy them. A big tip right now, Josh is locking his knees. You don't want to lock your knees. There are a lot of videos online that'll tell you why not. If you lock your knees out and it's too much weight, it can snap on your ACL, and that's just disgusting. And they're ugly videos to watch, and I don't want that to happen to me or to any of my amazing followers. So here's Josh, really good reps. Just going down and back up. That's pretty much all this is. Just slamming the weights. Lightweight. So if you haven't noticed, we've done a lot of quads so far. It was a quad heavy day. More quads than hamstrings or glutes, but if you go deep enough in your squat after parallel, you're going to hit a lot of your glutes. And there are other machines in the gym that can help you do that. Again, you want to do a lot of variation, get some variety in there. Here's a hamstring curl. So you want to go pretty high in volume on this. You also want to make sure that you are destroying your hamstrings. So what I like to do is when the weight gets a little too heavy, drop the weight down, keep going, destroy those hamstrings. So yeah, full range of motion, that's the key. Time under tension is incredibly important for these. You don't want to be able to rest at the top. So here goes Josh, really good form, really slow, a lot of time under tension. Incredible, what can I say? The legs of superheroes aren't really pointed out, but you know, they have pretty big legs. A lot of them can jump really high. They also have superpowers, but you know, that's okay. The superhero I play can fly, so I don't really need legs that are that big, but it looks cooler in the suit if your legs are big. So here I'm doing a nice little drop set of leg extensions. The last one was leg curls, these are leg extensions. So I'm doing 5 and then holding for 5 seconds at the top. It's really going to destroy your quads. We're going back to quads. This is the last thing we did before we stretched. I don't really stretch out that much after most days, but I found it's really helpful on leg day. Helps with recovery, helps with flexibility. It's amazing. So here goes Josh, my protege. Incredible form, great reps. He hasn't really started yet. Putting the weight at the right weight. Again, for these exercises, it's not about the weight, it's about the form and the time under tension. And here he goes, great form. If you really want to make it hard, you can hold at the top and then really slow down when you go down. So that's a good variation of this. At the gym, there's going to be a lot of things you can do. Don't limit yourself to these 5 exercises, obviously. And I do other things on different days. This is just one of the days that I do, one of the programs I have. Josh is doing really good. You want to hold at the top, it's really going to burn your quads, that's fine. That's the goal. So yeah, we're tired now. And when Josh is done, we just go stretch, we go home, get a protein shake. It's all good.